Okay, hey everybody. So this is the first lesson about conjunctions that we're doing here on YouTube. Now, we've talked about conjunctions a little bit, and I think that we've even used conjunctions for a long, long time, but we might not quite understand what they are or which ones to use. That's the biggest thing, is picking which one. So we're going to go over it here today, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more this week. All right. So we've been writing sentences since school started, since August. We've been writing a lot of sentences, but some of us have been writing baby sentences. Baby sentences. You've been writing things like, I like outside. I think my shoes are cool. I can cut with scissors. Those are fine sentences. But we are in first grade. And in first grade, we do not write baby sentences because guess what? We are not babies. We're going to write big kid sentences because we're big kids and we take responsibility and we can do what we need to do. So we're going to write big kid sentences. And a great and easy way to make our sentences go from baby sentences to big kid sentences are to use some conjunctions. Now, conjunctions take two ideas and kind of put them together in one sentence. Conjunctions, I'm going to say it one more time. Conjunctions take two ideas and they put it together in the same sentence. It's going to take two baby sentences and make it into a big kid sentence. All right, so we're going to talk about four of them today, and we're going to start with the one that I think is probably the easiest and the one that you've probably used the most. That is and. Okay, and, the conjunction and, helps you take two baby sentences that kind of talk about the same thing and make them into a big kid sentence. So and helps us when we're kind of talking about the same thing already. We're going to use these for two sentences that are kind of similar and kind of the same. Okay? So for instance, I might use the conjunction and to join together these two sentences. You can do your school, period. You can stay in your PJs, period. Those are not great sentences. You can do your school, period. You can stay in your PJs, period. No thanks. What about this? You can do your school and stay in your PJs. Wouldn't Miss Barton give that probably 5 stars? That has two good ideas joined together to make a big kid sentence. So instead of saying you can do your school, you can stay in your PJs, you want to say you can do your school and stay in your PJs. We're taking two ideas that kind of go together, and we're making them one big sentence with and. All right, the next conjunction that we're going to talk about is but. Now, this is not like your booty, so don't even go thinking that. It's not like your booty. This but is kind of helping us think about this, but then something happens, and then it's the next thing. Think about somebody wanted but so. We know that there's something going on, and then something else happens. So that's when we use but as a conjunction. For instance, I could say Miss Barton drinks coffee, baby sentence. She is still tired, baby sentence. Two baby sentences. Miss Barton drinks coffee, baby sentence. She is still tired, baby sentence. But I can use the conjunction but to add those two baby sentences together and make it a big kid sentence. That would sound like this. Miss Barton drinks coffee, but she is still tired. Miss Barton drinks coffee, but she is still tired. So you can use but to add two ideas where there's one thing going on in this part and then another thing going on in this part. Now, when you're using but, I want you to think about and I want you to really consider that we're not just picking two random ideas out of thin air. They're still going to be in the same sentence, so they still have to make sense. You can't say something like, the sky was blue, but I ate chocolate milk. What? You can't just add two random ideas. They still have to make sense. So, Miss Barton drinks coffee, but she is still tired. That makes sense. They're still talking about Miss Barton. They're still talking about the same subject. You can't have just random ideas in a sentence just because you add a conjunction. So don't try it. Okay, the next one that we're going to do is kind of similar to but. It's a little bit different, but it's pretty similar. You want to kind of be careful when you're using these two together. This one is or. So usually when we use or, we're kind of comparing two things. We're thinking about this thing or that thing. So this or that, him or her, that or this. So you're kind of thinking about two different things. So here's my example that I would use or in. Okay, I would say, we can go outside, baby sentence. We can watch a movie, baby sentence. We can go outside, baby sentence. We can watch a movie, baby sentence. I want to use my conjunction or. So listen. We can go outside or we can watch a movie. One more time. We can go outside or we can watch a movie. Do you see how I took those two baby sentences and put them together to make a much better sentence, a much more grown-up first grade sentence using my conjunction or? Oops, upside down. Using my conjunction or, okay? And that's kind of giving you a choice. You know, like when your mom and dad says, well, you can have fish sticks or chicken nuggets. Think about or as kind of giving you a choice. Like in my example, we can go outside or we can stay in and watch a movie. It's kind of giving you a choice. But it is taking those two baby sentences and making it into a big kid sentence using a conjunction. The last conjunction that I'm going to talk about in this lesson is so. And again, we want to think about somebody wanted but so. We know that so can kind of mean like the word because. It can kind of mean like, and then this happened. We're kind of thinking cause and effect with so. So we're thinking about this thing happened, so another thing happened. You don't just use so like any silly old way. You can't say Miss Barton drinks coffee so she is still tired. The coffee doesn't make you tired. That doesn't make sense. So you really do need to think about the difference in these conjunctions that we've talked about today. Using so, however, in my baby sentences, let me give you my baby sentences here. I took the dogs on a walk. They are calm. Baby sentences. I took the dogs on a walk. Baby sentence. They are calm. Baby sentence. But let me try it with the conjunction so. I took the dogs on a walk, so they are calm. See that cause and effect? Because I took the dogs on a walk, they are now calm. So I took the dogs on a walk, so they are calm. That conjunction really added a lot to my sentence, didn't it? Those two baby sentences, I took the dogs on a walk, so they are calm, or they are calm. I would not like those baby sentences if I was reading your writing. That would make my head go, what? I know you can do better. But when I add the conjunction so and I put those two baby sentences together, it makes a really good first grade sentence. And those ideas go together, so they should be in the same sentence, shouldn't they? Again, you can't use a conjunction to join ideas that are not related, okay? You can't just use a conjunction because you feel like it and you don't want to do a period right now. You can't do 5 and 8 and 10 conjunctions. You don't want to say like, we went to the park and it was so much fun and I ran around and I saw a squirrel and the squirrel ate a nut. You don't want to just keep going forever. That would be crazy as well. That would be a crazy sentence. You kind of want to use a conjunction just to make two ideas into one sentence. You don't want to have 8 ideas in one sentence. That's not it. You want to have 2 or 3 ideas joined by a conjunction to make a good grown-up sentence. Okay, so let's go back over these all really quick one more time. That way you will know what I'm talking about when you go to the next lesson about conjunctions. Okay, so here's the conjunction and. It joins together 2 baby sentences that are talking about pretty much the same thing. Here's the conjunction but. It joins together 2 baby sentences that kind of rely on each other. Something happens in the first part and then something kind of different happens in the next part, but they're still related. Okay. Here's the conjunction or, and it joins together 2 baby sentences that we want to choose between, kind of like a compare and contrast situation. And then here's the conjunction so. It joins together 2 baby sentences that show you cause and effect. You start with one thing and then so something else happens. Okay. Great job learning about conjunctions. I'm so proud of you for listening. And I miss you lots and lots, and I'll talk to you soon.